Hello, my very dear friends. How did you like the start of the video? Well, maybe it's a new idea I've got for you, starting with an audio meme. Anyway, I'm also looking to improve my channel by changing the starting shot of the video. So, welcome back to my studio, Warsaw, Poland. My name is Paul. This is my humble YouTube channel. Okay, but jokes aside, Sonible has just released their new True bundle, which consists two plugins, True Balance and True Levels, and they are supposed to give you visual and text also feedback on the levels and tonal balance of your music, of course. And yeah, jokes aside, because usually Sonible guys are serious in what they do, so probably we're gonna have another great product on the market. I'm saying this like before I started the video. You're gonna say I'm biased. Yes, I am, because I know Sonible tools already, and I know that they create some really exceptional technological value on the pro audio market. And is it the same this time? Let's check it out. Okay guys, this is my session. It's a track I wrote like a month or 2 months ago. It's moderately well, let's say, mixed and mastered. Well, there's probably still some room for improvement. Let's say that I'm moderately happy with it, and I'm really interested what the Sonible new tools gonna tell me about this track, because I still can feel that there's some place for improvements. Anyway guys, I took kind of the loudest, most intense moment of this track, and I'm gonna go into the master bus and I'm gonna do it through. Let's balance the track first, I think. That should go like this. And well, we've got lows, we've got mids, we've got highs, we've got, yes, so there's a text info that you should increase or lower your highs, mids, and lows. Wow, this is cool. I've got also mono check. Width seems too large, caution seems too low. Okay. Let's play the track. That was the universal, because it's always like this with Sonible tools. I've got some profiles. Well, this is clearly electronic. Let's run it now. It doesn't sound like a podcast, I have to tell you. Okay, I just choose metal, something else, but podcast? I believe that the tonal balance of the podcast, or maybe it's not. Okay, so let's take, for example, jazz. Okay, no matter what profile I choose, it tells me that it's okay, which I don't really fully believe. Okay, this track has got some like very moderate tonal balance. It's not too bright, it's not too bassy, so okay, it probably fits into many like models. But you know what? Let's add a reference track. This is a track by deadmau5. I'm not gonna play it to you so that my video doesn't get demonetized, but let's see. Now, I think that it should match the levels, and he also should write that everything is okay. Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna take a completely different track now. I have to navigate to the folder again from scratch. I'm gonna take also something by deadmau5, but it's totally different and the tonality of this track is different. And probably he is going to tell me to adjust some info, mainly in the bass. Let's see now. Not really, and the track really is kind of different. I'm gonna upload one more reference. It's less bass driven, and I bet he is going to tell me to lower the bass in this one. The track is called Something Cats by deadmau5. Play this track and admit it's got lower bass content than what I did here. Anyway, guys, so generally my track is kind of okay. I like the idea of this plugin. I like the visual, both visual and text feedback that the plugin gives me. I like the mono check, also compatibility. It would be cool if I could display both at the same time. Control, Shift, Alt, no. I can check or balance or mono, but I cannot see them together. The concept of it, I like it totally. If you're a less experienced engineer, you're mixing your own music, you're learning to mix and master, this creates really a value because it tells you somehow what to do. But the curves, I'm sorry, Sonible, it's the matter of improving a bit, of feeding your machine learning system with maybe some more data, or the way the data is analyzed, maybe. I don't know, but I'm not really worried about this because I know that Sonible probably is gonna improve on that. I'm also interested, how is your experience with the balance tool here? That was for the balancing of the track, guys. True level. And it looks like this. Plugins, of course, scalable. Yeah, so I've got LUFS level and I've got dynamics range. 4 dB dynamics range, so this is probably the difference between the peak and RMS. So this is kind of headroom that's left. 4 means only 4 dB of difference, which means that the track is very heavily compressed. 20 dB means that there's more dynamic range between something that's loud and quiet, and this is more for acoustic music, things that are less compressed. And probably, I have never measured it, but I'm gonna be somewhere at 16, between 12 and 16 dB. Also, I've got target here, and I've got more genres here. So here's my target platform, here's my target genre. I would say this is not techno, of course, but I'm gonna choose techno, and we're gonna see what he shows to me. Yeah, okay. EDM, probably EDM is gonna be switched a bit right because there's less dynamic range in EDM than techno. Yes, so I'm just between techno and EDM. And this is what I supposed, and I'm completely fine with it. If I wanted to make it classical, yes, classical should be lower here, acoustic, This is kind of a low dynamic range for classical and acoustic music, I would say. But okay, hip-hop, contemporary hip-hop. Okay, golden era, less compressed. Yes. K-pop. Wow, K-pop has got its own target curve. Speech. Yeah. Okay, depends if it's a podcast or a commercial voiceover. Good, guys. Now we're gonna get it to the reference tracks. The very same track I used for True Balance. I'm spot on with the reference track in terms of loudness and dynamic range. And yeah, I knew it's like that. And you know what? Now we're gonna upload something more that we also used tweaking True Balance. And we're gonna see how about... Yeah, it shows somehow a broader dynamic range of this track. Sometimes it's more compressed, sometimes it's less compressed, and this is true for this track. Okay, he shows that the dynamic range of the second track is actually lower. For me, audibly, it's not lower, it's greater, but maybe this is just my subjective hearing. Maybe, because it can be measured, the real dynamics there in the track is different. Let's take the third one. I also used it in the previous run. The first one is here, the second one is here. Well, actually, guys, that's interesting, because you know what? The subjective feel of loudness and dynamics is not what is always there on the screen. This is a lesson I should probably take, because my track sounds a bit more squashed, while it has got more dynamic range and less loudness a bit, while this track, it sounds more dynamic, but the graph shows something else. And do you know what that actually means? That I should correct the dynamic aspect of my mix. Everything sounds a bit too squashed, too squeezed, which is not good, and this is what I can learn from this. Okay, I don't have to run it, because I already know what it's gonna show me. I'm generally in the dynamic range of the genre I'm working on in this track. And guys, I think I'm somehow ready to sum the things up. What do I think about new Sonible True bundle? Well, again, this is very well designed, very clear, very well structured on the visual side. Also, the text input, the text feedback of True Balance is cool. And the design of both of the tools is like spot on. This is Sonible. They really know what they do. This is not an accident, this is another great product from them. The only concern I'm having right now for the True Balance, the concept is amazing and it's totally there, but whatever I chose and the tracks really were perceived by my ear completely different. All the reference tracks, my own track, and also the genres targets, it was all okay for this plugin, which I didn't really trust, because no matter what I do, then it's gonna show me, yeah, it's okay, you know. Okay, maybe this track really was somewhere in the middle of everything, or maybe the settings for the tolerances for all the bands were like too great. Maybe you should lower the tolerance in dB so that you can fit in more strictly into something. But anyway, guys, I also discovered, I knew it before, that my mixing and mastering is kind of okay-ish. It's not fully there. I'm not really satisfied with my mixes and masters sometimes. But you know what? It's gonna help you out. If you're learning to mix and master, if you can't afford mixing, mastering for any reason, it's just your hobby, music making, whatever, this thing is seriously going to help you take care both of your dynamics and your tonal balance. I just wish that the curves of tonal balance were improved in the future, which is going to happen probably, as I know Sonible people. And now let me get back to this and tweak it more. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you back in the next video. And let's discuss your experience with this bundle down in the comments. Take care. See you soon.